remember the words which was sung earlier, Kevalam Jnanamurti. So, you have come here as a Jnanamurti. We have learned so much. I have learned personally from listening to your talks. From about what Panini said, his definition of tapas, I never knew until you told me so. So I'm very happy that you are here for the third time, and I hope many more times also you will be with us, not only the Peace Conference but also the Krishna Conferences. In this conference, this is the first conference in which we are missing these two people, Professor S.R. Bhatt and Mr. Musa Raza. From the time the conference was, the first conference in 2016, up to now, every conference they attended. Professor Bhatt had cancer, he crossed that over, he had 2 stents put in, yet he came and he spoke every time and very eloquently and for long periods he spoke. He always spoke for at least 45 minutes. And in all this foundation matters, he was a guide, he helped us, and so much that he was a mentor for me, so many things I learned. Also I learned about how I saw him dealing with a person working under him who was very refractory and insubordinate. But the way he did it, he was firm, but he never raised his voice. And he was very effective in creating the ICPR was very, when he took over, it was very, it was moribund, in fact, you can say that. But he gave it life and he took it all over the country and all over the world. He travelled spreading Indian philosophy. He is an authority on Buddhism, Jainism, and also Pancharatra. So, in even small matters, he guided us, the foundation about the conferences. He spoke here, this place exactly where I am sitting. He spoke on research methodology for young teachers and for students. Like that, a lot of things he has done in here. So, we miss him very much. His presence is something which is very much felt, and because his presence is very much felt because he has guided us in creating this peace conference successively every year. And for Mr. Musa Raza, I was talking with his daughter last night, and we were both feeling what a big loss it is to us. For her, obviously, for me also, his loss was it's a very great loss for me personally. He was a mentor. I used to go there and go and sit and talk with him. And the first time I went there, he himself made the cheese sandwiches and gave it because somebody told him I like cheese sandwiches. So he himself made it with his own hands and gave me. Then I told him that he mustn't do it anymore. But for hours we would talk about various things. He gave me various new perspectives on the world. He told me about Egyptian scholars, about the Turkish scholars, so many things he told me about how that religion, the basic pillars of religion will always be the same, but the interpretations must be according to a time, according to each situation. And he was the one who introduced me to Governor Saab sitting here, and immediately Governor Saab accepted the invitation. So the foundation has now finished 9 years of these peace conferences. At the beginning, I was much discouraged in 2017 on by people. They said, no, it won't work. And there's no point in doing it. You stick to your own Vedanta. And my own sister told me, you're not a Vedanta Swami, you're just a peace Swami. But I think Vedanta is the basis of all peace. And peace is the basis of Vedanta also. Unless we are peaceful, we cannot be Vedantins. So that has, over the years, this conference has been more and more well known. And for me, the bringing together of peoples is a command from Sri Krishna. He says, you should work for Loka Sangraha. So I feel that it's a command from Sri Bhagavan. And I always remember what the last message I received from Sadhguru, or second last, saying that it does not matter where a person prays or to whom he prays, but whether he prays and how he prays. So that is the main thing, that we should stick to the basic teachings which has been given to us. We interpret it to our times, but we do not let the interpretations overpower the basic teaching. That is something. Another thing which also we believe very much in is inclusivism, bringing all people together, letting nobody stand outside. Everybody belongs to Sri Bhagavan. And I remember there's two stories in this matter. One is that one Nambudiri had gone to Guruvayur. On that day, every year, people of all castes were there. So this man was very traditional. And he had bhakti for Krishna, but not enough knowledge. So he said, Krishna, how can you allow all these sort of people to come here? So then he said, Krishna said to him, where? Look around. Who's around you? Everywhere he looked, he saw Krishna. So no one is to be left out. And there's another story which Dr. Lalita Ramurthy told me. It's very interesting. Somebody stood outside the temple and said, Bhagavan, they are not letting me into your house, into your temple. So then Bhagavan said, they are not letting me in also. So that is, inclusivism is the most important thing. Nobody is anya, nobody is different from us. That is what the Shastras teach us, this is what the Dharma Shastras, the Artha Shastras, everything teaches us. Nobody is an outsider. Everybody is us. There is no other, there is only me. Adi Shankara learnt from Chandala and Varanasi, and his response was wonderful. So we should also follow his example, and the seeking of God is not from outside the world. It is through the world. We live in the world. Everybody, even a person, a renunciate like me, has to interact with people. And it comes through, it is by attainment of God, it is by understanding His presence everywhere. So he says, Vasudeva Sarvamiti, Bhagavan says. The God who exists everywhere, you have to understand that He is everywhere. So, everywhere He is there. The God who exists in everybody, in everywhere. So, I will not take any more time, and I request Excellency to give us his talk. Excellency has taken time for us every time and been with us, and I hope he'll always be with us. Narayana, Narayana.